All right, what is up, guys? Welcome to the first ever. I don't know what to call this exactly, but I guess conversations about songs kind of thing.
The backstory.
Backstory behind the song, story behind the
Yeah.
song. I don't know, but yeah, kind of recording this actually as the new single. We have new single "Living For" has just come out. So I'm not sure when we're gonna be uploading this. Maybe in a few days, we'll see. We'll kind of talk about that probably later off camera.
I am.
Yeah, but yeah, we've got a new single out called "Living For," featuring the man on the other side of the camera, Mr. Julius M Caesar.
How's everyone going?
It's really funny. One of my friends messaged me like today. He was like, he's like, dude, is your friend's name like Julius Caesar? And I was trying to remember.
Let's go with it.
I was trying to remember, like, why, what was the like? This is kind of totally off topic of like the song, but like, why is it like? Why did like? Was it you? Was it me that thought like, oh, you should call yourself Julius M Caesar or something? Was it my idea or something? Or was it you? You kind of were always kind of going with that.
It's something that actually came to me because often that was sort of the association that was made in high school.
Oh, okay.
Whenever, yeah, since I was called Julius, so
right.
It kept on coming up, and it sounds cool, like Julius Caesar. So
yeah, it's pretty badass,
yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, let me go with this. This sounds good.
Julius M Caesar works. It works, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess yeah, like this is kind of an interesting song, I think, like for the two of us, in the sense that, so for those that don't know, we've this isn't the first collaboration we've ever done. This is our second collaboration, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a third one. Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Loving it so far.
Yeah, if Julius can write his verses fast enough, we might be able to do a third collaboration. Maybe sometime soon. I don't know.
We'll see how we go.
Julius is one of those guys that I think, like, you're one of those people that I think, like, if you need me to be prodding you, I think, like in terms of like, is the lyrics done kind of thing.
I do need that a little bit. Yeah.
But I also know that with rap verses, I feel like there's so much more like word content compared to like regular singing lyrics as well, or at least compared to my lyrics. I feel like my lyrics are so much shorter than yours.
Yeah, like usually the reason why I need a bit of prodding is actually because whenever I start writing, it sometimes it flows, sometimes it just doesn't flow. And and then even when it flows, you come like, let's say a couple of days later, and you're like, okay, nah, this sounded good. I'm rethinking it again, whether this is what I actually want. So I put it aside, and then as soon as you prod me, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go back.
Forgot about that song. I forgot about the
song. Yeah. So oftentimes, but that's part of the process. And actually, you slowly by slowly, you start to get faster, but there's some days it just, it just doesn't come out.
Yeah, definitely. I think like that's definitely the case for even for me sometimes, honestly, when it comes to writing lyrics. Like sometimes it's like I have to sit on it. It's less of like worrying about, is this what I want to say? I'm more of like, what do I want to say? Sometimes it's like how can I say something that's like, how can I say something in a way that's interesting and not something I've said before, or something that is like interesting, or like,
right.
Yeah, like kind of tells the point of what I want to say.
Right.
But yeah, so this is like the second collaboration we've done, and kind of like the story. And Julius, you can kind of maybe correct me if I'm missing something. So the kind of the story behind this track was kind of basically written in peak 2020, and we all saw how 2020 kind of played out.
Right.
It was a great year, great year, great year, great year, great year. You know,
super amazing.
Economy was doing great. Well, um, um,
everyone's mentally still sane.
yeah. But yeah, basically, I don't remember when did we talk about doing this track, but I remember I guess in terms of like how the track started, it started with me really. It started with a track where it was like an instrumental idea I had. So basically the story was that it was I think a month into the lockdown of 2020 lockdowns, and I remember a bunch of like at that point, like, you know, so many software companies were kind of just like, you know, putting out, you know, deals for like free plugins or free like, or like 20% off or 50% off, or like just free for like, you know, for COVID times, because it was, you know, people were stuck at home, people didn't have much to do. And so it was just kind of like an opportunity for these companies to put out stuff. And one plugin, there was this company, I don't remember the name of the company, but there was this Native Instruments plugin called Analog Dreams. And it's this virtual instrument plugin that basically was, or is, this plugin to create synth sounds, basically, you know, all these kind of cool synthy lead sounds, bass synth sounds, kind of like basically kind of like, you know, just like electronic-y kind of synth sounds, right? And it was just, I think it was basically like one of my friends posted on like a WhatsApp group I was in, like saying like, hey guys, like you know, this plugin's, you know, free for a limited period of time, you know, if you're interested, you should get it, right? And it's funny because it's like, I'm not a keyboardist, I guess. If for some of you guys may know, I'm not really one to make a lot of electronic music, and even to this day I dabble in it, but it's not something like,
I've not seen it.
Like it's not something that it's not really something that's like something I do a lot in terms of like, as far as what I release, you know, most of the stuff that I release isn't really that kind of style of music. But at that point, I'm kind of also, but for me, I was like, well, hey, it's free, why not? You know, I'm one of those guys that's like, oh, if it's a free deal, why not? Why not? You know,
you gotta grab it while the going's good, man.
Yeah, you know, you might as well, right? And later on, it's funny because I've seen this plugin actually appear in, you know, the same native instrument library, like I've watched streams of like Mike Shinoda and Misha Mansour, both, you know, musicians that I really respect. And I remember seeing the Analog Dreams plugin in their native instruments libraries, and I was like, oh cool, like it's an actual like library that pros like some of these guys use as well. So so that was kind of cool. But basically, yeah, like I kind of just like, you know, because obviously I was stuck in home as well, I kind of just played around with the plugin basically, and that that intro line you hear, the do 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 do, like that keyboardy line thing that you hear, is like really like has this very like ascending kind of feel kind of thing, was kind of the first thing I wrote really was with that synth plugin. And kind of just, I don't know, it was one of those things where like for me, like when I get a flow for like just creating something, I just go all out, and it just like, I was like, oh cool, like let's try this, let's try that, and just slowly, and like just within like, you know, 20-30 minutes, I had like that basically the intro and verse bit of the song, really, you know. I didn't really know it was a song, you know. At that point I was kind of just like creating this like this electronic-y kind of song, because I was like, oh, this is cool, you know. But I didn't think of it like a song per se. I was just like, oh, you know, whatever. And in hindsight now, I listen back to it now, I'm like, oh, it has like, kind of reminds me of you know the song Dirt Off Your Shoulders?
Yeah.
It has like, you know what I mean? It kind of reminds me. The beat kind of reminds me of that in some weird way. It's like a very similar beat.
Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
Yeah. Like I was just like, oh, the beat's very similar, which is funny because like for those that don't know, like me and like the thing that I guess me and Julius kind of connect with in terms of like, I guess musically is like our mutual love of Linkin Park and all Mike Shinoda related stuff, basically.
Yeah, that was a bridging gap. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like how we kind of bridge our kind of worlds together. And basically like, so a lot of times when we make stuff, it's usually kind of in that vein, some in some weird way. It always ends up
it always
unknowingly kind of
a little bit. Yeah,
I think also because like I think also for me, because a lot of the kind of rap that I like is very much like Mike Shinoda, Linkin Park inspired. I do like also Kanye as well and stuff like that, and some Jay-Z stuff as well. Basically old rappers. I don't know. I don't know anything about this mumble rap thing. Is that even a thing anymore? I don't know.
It's evolved.
Yeah. Now it's I don't know. It's shouting rap. You know,
we got screamo rap. We got
screamo
lots
rap.
of different ones. Yeah, we got plenty of new stuff now.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, and then so I initially created like that instrumental thing, and then I remember sharing it to like the WhatsApp group, and they were like, "Yo, they were like, oh, this is pretty cool." You know, like my friend was like, "Yo, that's actually pretty cool." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Again, I didn't really think too much about it, but then, you know, like yeah, like just people were like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," and I was like, "Okay," and kind of was like thinking like, because for me, like I'm the kind of person that I do think about like when I create these kind of instrumental tracks, sometimes I will then think to myself like, if it's something that I like or some people are like, receptive to, then I'm kind of like, okay, well, maybe I should try to turn into a song, because I was like, I knew that it was like something that I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually that synth that actually fired me up for the song because it was quite different.
Yeah, because again, it's like something that I've never really dabbled in, and probably honestly, I think this is probably be one of the few times where I'll actually do a song like this, honestly. But that's fine. At least we've gotten the record books. At least I've done a song like this. But yeah, I think from there I don't remember if I had written the chorus at that point and then sent it to you. I don't remember if I did, but
I don't think so.
Yeah, I remember though, like I think as I was thinking about that, I was like, okay, well, I can't imagine myself singing on top of like that, do 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 do, like like that beat, right? I was like, I can't think of vocals to go with that, so I kind of was just like I kind of just sat on it for a bit and was like, I think I just thought like, oh, it'd be cool to have rap vocals on it. I think that was just my initial thought, I think.
Is that how it started before you contacted me about this track?
I think so, yeah. I think I literally was just like, oh, it'd be cool to have rap vocals. And then I was like, who better ask than my boy Julius,
Always ready.
And especially like, because we've worked together already. And so I was like, well, why not, just also, I think it was also just kind of just want to see how you were doing, especially with COVID, like everyone was like, I think like during 2020, everyone just like was like kind of in this phase of like seeing, like contacting people, like whether they're like interstate or internationally, and kind of just seeing how everyone was doing. Cause it was one of those things where I think like, I think it was kind of crazy how like, it didn't matter if you lived in Malaysia or Singapore or America
every
or
single place. Yeah.
Japan, Australia, like everyone was affected. And so, it kind of like there was a period of time where, like you just kind of just wanted to contact people and just see how they were, like your friends, and see how they were doing kind of thing, and or family. And
like really that's the period of time I made the most phone calls I'd ever done.
Yeah, I think that was like I've done so many. I remember doing so many video calls, and it was really cool. It was in a weird, like, not to say that COVID was is great, but like in some weird way, I think it made people kind of reconnect with people that maybe might not have reconnected with to some extent. Like there was definitely some friends where I'm like, man, I haven't talked to this person in ages, and I just remember replying. And sometimes I'd reply to their Instagram stories, and then I'll be like, yo, like you free to chat for a video call or something, because at the end of the day, like no one else has got like during like 2020, and even sometimes to an extent sometimes now, at least with some periods of 2021, there were times where you just were at home. You had nowhere to go.
Where's anyone going?
Yeah, where are you going? You can't go to a restaurant. You can't eat out. You can't go to the beach. You can't watch a movie. You literally were stuck at home. And I just like, and so yeah, like I think just, I think I called you one day, I think, and just asked you, I don't know. Well, you can tell me. I don't know. What did I call you, or did I just call you?
Yeah, you did call me actually, and you showed me the track. No, I think you sent me the track, and then we had a discussion.
Later. Yeah.
And naturally, of course, the conversation went to COVID, how things are going. Yeah, and then sort of we sort of had the material there to for the song. The current situation.
Yeah, we had a lot to feed off in terms of inspiration, that's for sure. What was your kind of like I don't know if you remember, but what was your first impression of the track? Because I think like I said, I think I only sent you the intro and verse bit basically.
Yeah, well, I was actually surprised. So I was not expecting that kind of track to come from you. I was like, what? This does not sound like Josh. Yeah, it was completely
COVID's
different.
really messed Josh up. What the heck? What happened to this guy?
It was like super heavy with the bass and like and the new instruments that were not uncommon. So I'm always a fan of novelty. So I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. So so it caught my attention. And initially the vibe, it felt like the vibe came from COVID. Because it felt like the vibe of the song matched the situation, the track.
Yeah.
That's what I thought initially.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think in terms of like, it was like heavy, but like not in a metal sense, but like really like just like the chords and like just the overall beat and everything just felt like it was like it had that same kind of heaviness from like a metal track, but like in a much more electronic-y kind of way, I guess.
And I definitely like the synth added that. How would you say? Not suspense or like
eeriness.
Eeriness, that's the word.
Yeah.
That matched well with the beat as well.
Yeah,
because the beat was heavy, but the synth brought the eeriness of like the situation with COVID. I remember feeling that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I remember. Like, I think like it's funny because like that synth line, like I don't know, it was one of those things where like for me, like it's funny when I write stuff. A lot of times it's like I like, even though I know music theory, right, and I know how chords can be put together, there's some moments where like I don't think about that, and the melody just comes to my head. Like it's really weird. Like I don't know how to explain it other than just like sometimes I'll get a melody. Like I think I just came up with that do 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 thing, right? That repeating line. And then just as I was listening through it, like just my brain, like it's one of those things where it's like, it's like the domino effect in my brain where it's like, oh, you can go this part and then it and then go from this part to this part kind of thing. And like, it kind of just leads from one to the other. So like a lot of times when you hear those melodies that I make with that kind of stuff, it does have a very natural feel to it when you go from one section to the other, because it is very much a domino effect of things.
Right.
But yeah, I
probably like some good muscle memory there, like the music's in your bones, man.
I guess so. maybe. Sometimes, I don't know. It's just whatever is. Yeah, I don't know. Just like it's that innate, like just thing where it's like I'll hear something and I'll just write it. That was kind of the start of it, and but yeah, I think in terms of could you?
No, I was just saying because a similar thing happens a lot in sports, so I was thinking it probably applies in music.
I guess so. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, in terms of writing, like we started kind of writing simultaneously, I think,
Yes.
2020, like through 2020, I think. I don't
Yes,
remember.
220.
I don't
Yeah,
remember when I
that's
finished
right.
the chorus. Um, I think it was after I sent you, and once I figured that you were interested, I think that's when I was like, okay, let me write a chorus or
Mm.
something,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
and I think like that, I think that kind of, and that chorus kind of came from, I think, a conversation really that like we kind of had about COVID, right? And
Yeah, that's
kind
right.
of
Yeah.
kind of the idea of with so many things in this, with the whole way the world is, right? It's like, it was kind of like interesting how, for so long we believe like certain things are secure, right? Our money secure, our job secure, our health is secure, right? Travel is
Mm.
secure. And just in like a few weeks, just all of that was swept under our feet. The rug was just pulled out from us. And I guess like it kind of just became the question, like, I mean, and like that's really the what that song is talking about, how it really then kind of came down to like when all these things that we hold on to as like foundations of our lives, when those things are shaken, right?
Mm.
What is left, I guess, and what is the thing that, what are we ultimately living for, and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I think that was really kind of like the core, I guess, of the song, was really kind of asking like, for people to think about, like what are we living for, like, and especially during these times, it's I think something that it really kind of brings to light, I guess, with this, with this time.
Mm. And also like a big theme we were looking at was the fact that everyone is locked away. So everyone's sort of locked in their own heads.
Yeah.
Uh, Plus, um, social media, how
Mm,
that amplified, I
yeah.
guess, probably the West.
Yeah, to some
Oh,
extent. I mean, it's hard.
to a lot of extent, yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
I mean,
say.
definitely in terms of like the whole news thing. And I just
Yeah,
remember the whole like the initial like, do masks work? Do they not work? Do they protect you? Do they not?
yeah.
And like the whole like, what is considered COVID, right? What is a COVID symptom?
Mm,
Even now, right? People are still kind of like, like, I mean, now we're like, 2021, we're kind of like, we're a little bit more educated in terms of like, what are the symptoms. But even now, like, honestly, like there's, people are still like, you cough and people are like, oh my gosh, does he have COVID? you know Someone sneezes, do they have COVID?
right, right. Yeah,
um
and the heavy politicization, like, because I
yeah,
think one of the big things is because in the way the algorithms work, a lot of political division sort of like gets more hits. So that's sort of,
yeah,
the content that's pushed out more,
yeah, it
more.
was
So people are being stoked up quite a bit,
definitely,
as
I
well,
mean,
emotionally. Yeah.
even now you don't have to look too far in terms of like the whole vaccine, like whether you're anti-vaxxer or you're for the vaccine or stuff like that.
Mm.
You don't have to look too far. Even now, like that's still a thing, right? And it's funny, it's funny, I was listening to like the song, right, and there's a line where what was it, I think it's like in the second verse or whatever.
Mm.
um what was it, well, there's the line like, many are eagerly praying for a vaccine to this crisis, like vaccine
Yes,
to this virus, while some fear the vaccine way more than the virus. I was like,
yes,
dude, that's literally what we're going through. Like that's literally 2021 now. Like
right.
that's literally like, if you could summarize 2021, that's literally what kind of a lot of what we're going through, where so many people are like, like some people are like, like, yeah, like really like, or like, oh, just like we need just the vaccine, right? And then there's there's people that are anti-vaxxers or whatever, that are like, are more afraid of that than the virus.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Like I
it's
know people
so,
who've left the state. Yeah.
yeah, like it's crazy, like, I mean, I know someone that like, this is getting a bit personal, but I know someone that um who like not I haven't really talked to them in a while, but I know that there was someone that a mutual friend of mine um who he left like Australia because of the whole vaccine mandate, and literally like put in his resignation and left, leaving Australia to go to, I think, yeah, like to go to Mexico, I think, because of the like there's no vaccine mandates there. So it's crazy like how so much of 2021, and again, like we're not going to talk about whether it's vaccine or anti-vaxxers are right. It's not what we're talking about today.
It's not the point. Yeah.
But it's kind of just really crazy to see how like even now, like it's so like the song feels so relevant, like even now, which is kind of crazy. Like part of me was like thinking, oh, maybe like it's like thinking like, is this song
it lasted way longer?
Yeah, it's like more relevant
than like, initially what we thought.
Yeah, like I never thought it would be so relevant even now still, like like yeah, it's crazy. Even like talking about hoping for the borders to be open, like that was something that like
still hoping.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, fortunately now, like with at least in Australia now, like where the borders are slowly opening up with New South Wales and Victoria and Queensland and South Australia. Perth is the only one that's like I think was it today, I think like the expected date they're opening up is like February.
Okay. Wow. Fair while.
It's like that's so long away, but all right.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Anyways, we're not gonna go into that. That's not but we love you guys in Perth, by the way. If any of you guys have, if anyone from Perth is watching this video, we love you guys. Even though your premier just loves locking people out and putting people in quarantine, we still love you guys anyway. Maybe not your premier, but at least we love you guys as people. But yeah, like I guess like kind of coming back to like the song, I guess. I mean, so I think like I remember writing the chorus and then kind of just like, yeah, just expanding the music side of it. I don't remember if I just from there just wrote the whole thing basically and then sent you the track, right? Or something. I don't remember.
I don't remember that much. I just do remember, I think we were writing and the chorus you did finish a while back. And I think you did send me a sample with the chorus.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Yeah.
And I was still writing. For a while, quite a while. I think it took me a bit of a while.
Yeah.
I was on and off writing this song actually.
Yeah. I remember as well, like we were trying to get you to like try to record on your side. I think it was a bit of a struggle.
Yes, yeah. That was
man,
getting the right equipment and then
it was hard. And like it was funny because like at the end of the day, like in the end, you just like fortunately you were able to come up again for Christmas. So you were able to like just come up to my studio and record basically. Which, made things a lot easier.
That whole day we just got all the things done in that one day that
I mean not even a day, like it was basically after I finished work. Was it after work or
it was in the evening?
Yeah, I remember it was in the evening. I think you're right because I remembered I had flown in back to Brisbane.
Yes, that's right.
And I basically worked for the day. I finished work and then came off and then just drove to your place straight after work. And then we just basically, we grabbed dinner, came back to my place, recorded the whole your verses, and then we shot we shot the cover as well on that day.
Yeah, we did the cover as well. It was a very efficient day.
Yeah.
And actually I did have the full song.
I think you had.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I remembered you had the full song pretty much, and you were just like trying to figure out the track basically, or how you're gonna fit your vocals.
Yeah, that's right.
Fortunately now, like, because as you guys can see, maybe in like the little corner, you can see there's a little mic where Julius is now. So hopefully, hopefully next time, when it comes to like remote recording, it'll be a little bit easier now. So I'm looking forward to that.
Much easier. I've had a success with this mic, so
yeah. gosh.
And one thing I was just thinking back to this back to the lyrics of the song. Like I was thinking back to back to the part about, at the very end of this rap verse, where I think it's both verse 1. Is it verse 1 and verse 2?
Oh, the "Yeah, it's me alone, we've done this before" thing, or the
Yes. And then it ends with "Another day will come." Yeah, one pack is enough. Another day will come.
Oh yeah,
another day will come. That doesn't seem that big of a deal right now, but back then.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, what? I was listening to that the other day. I was like, wait, what is that about? I was like, oh wait, is it about the toilet paper?
Yeah. So we gotta think back. We gotta remember a little bit back to see when it was relevant. Yeah, because back then it was super relevant. This line.
Yeah.
Because for a period of time, it was super hard to find toilet paper.
Yeah, like it was kind of crazy. Like I don't even know. Like it's like how is this?
People were just going crazy. Yeah.
I mean, even now, like even in 2021, I remember seeing there were a couple lockdowns, not in Brisbane, but I remember seeing, I think in Adelaide, and I think maybe in Victoria, I remember seeing some people like posting on Instagram the same thing of like toilet paper being missing. I was like, how have you guys not learned your lesson at this point?
It really, it was out of control. Like it was full panic. Yeah.
I just remember this being like, what is this? It's just crazy. Like I still think, like I was looking, I still think back now. I'm just like, man, like how is this even like reality?
Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite lines is like, I really for some reason, I love that line where you go like, yeah, it's me. Is it? Yeah, it's me
alone. And you and B.
Alone. We've done this before. Yeah, we're running out of time. I know you've seen us before.
Yeah. It's me and you alone. We've seen this before.
Oh right, yeah.
No. Yeah, it's me and you alone. But we've done this before.
Yeah,
we're running out of time, but I know you've seen this before.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, keep your head on your shoulders, let go of your pride before the fall.
Yeah. Was it wash your hands before, but don't succumb to the fear?
Wash your hands, but don't succumb to the fear. Because you gotta be responsible. Wash your hands, from but just
COVID.
Still live your life.
Yeah.
Still try to live your life, because I think a lot of people also at this time had a lot of anxiety, about catching COVID, which is fair enough. But
yeah, definitely. I mean,
it can, the mental illness can make it be even worse for you than the COVID in the end.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I think I've definitely heard a lot of like people kind of saying about the whole lockdowns, right, causing people having mental kind of stuff, and it's kind of just, man, it's crazy, because I think like on one hand it's like I know that lockdowns are, there's a reason for them, right, but simultaneously it's hard, especially with those feelings of isolation and just loneliness. I can understand those sentiments a lot. But yeah, I remember like that line is, because I think you do it 3 times in the song, I think, like in like verse 1, verse 2, and then and then the final chorus basically. I don't remember, like I think it was a last minute decision when we were doing like, so in the last chorus of the song there's this bit where basically we mash up like that line with the chorus basically.
It was actually
I think that was kind of a last minute kind of decision that we kind of talked about doing, kind of thing.
Yeah, we only did it at the end, I think, when we met up, actually. Yeah. It worked out really well. Like I did like the overlap.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And with the video as well.
Which I don't know when people are gonna see this video. Either this video will come out after or before the music video, but if you guys see the music video, or if you haven't, or if this is before, then you'll see what I mean. Or just listen to the song, you'll be able to hear at least the overlapping, but I think in terms of like, at least for me, in terms of like the writing of the song, it's pretty easy. Like I just have to write the chorus, like, and The instrumental bit was it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, not easy at all for me this time.
Yeah.
Sometimes some songs they do come out quickly.
Yeah.
But this one I had to think about it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's why I enjoy it when you write the verses and I just write the choruses, because it's easy. I just write the chorus and that's it.
We're gonna make these choruses longer to take some space up.
Yeah. I mean, we did that for like it was the same thing again when we did that other that thing for your church thing. I did the same thing as well.
That's right. Yeah, it was like a one line, but the chorus was a hit.
I always do that.
The chorus was a hit. Like, people liked it. So
that's funny, because I'm like kind of sick of that song. I was just so sick of that song already by the end of it. I was like, geez, man.
That's probably the reason why you got sick of it. That's probably the same reason why it was it caught on so well.
Maybe
it was super simple. It was the same thing again and again.
I know. It was funny because I was like thinking, we gotta keep it, we gotta repeat certain lines so it'll be catchy. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of ironic that I'm kind of sick of this. I think also because it was so like off the cuff, so I didn't really have time to like sit with it as much, I think. So I think because of that, it was like, because and then doing it all the time, like having to doing it and hearing it multiple times, I was just like, oh gosh, kind of get sick of the song. But anyways, but yeah, like it's funny because like when we, as far as like this song Living For, we basically finished the song at the start of this year, basically, I think, or at least a good chunk of, like, pretty much. It was after you wrapped your last verses like on the recording. That was pretty much it, I think. I don't think there was anything really else we added from there. No,
that was it. I think that's exactly right. We finished it off like that. Yeah. Which
I guess at this point then, now some of you guys are probably wondering, wait, if you finished a song at the start of this year, why didn't you release it anytime during this year? And that's a great question. That's a great question. Part of that was because, well, during 2021, I did release my second album, like my second Curoblak album. And so I kind of was like, I guess, focused purely on that at that point. So I guess like with this particular song, it kind of lived on the shelf for a bit, I guess.
It did.
But I knew that, I mean, we talked about like releasing it, like but it was just kind of, I guess, in terms of timing, when to release it kind of thing. And then kind of came as we were kind of approaching the end of this year. And I was kind of like, and then as the promotion for the second Curoblak album was kind of finishing up, kind of was like, kind of just looking at our calendars and like, okay, cool. Well, we've got this block of time. Let's release it. So it kind of was.
And the idea for the music video as well came out as well. That was I really like the concept. I hope you guys do as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to write those lyrics. The funny thing is that when I was doing my parts anyway, when I was writing the lyrics, it was so much. It was really easy, right? I just had to like copy the chorus and just loop it, right? With Julius, right? Because he's a real wizard when it comes to words, and there's a lot of lyrics, so it took a little bit longer for me to like animate the lyrics for his like vocals. That was
solid job.
That was so painful. I was literally just like writing it all out and then click, just because like literally, like if you guys watch the video, literally like I'm syncing up each word to the vocal.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stand up. Yeah.
For those, if any of you guys have done that, you just know that like you probably know that it takes a long time. You literally have to like go through seconds of the song. So that was very painful.
I'm glad you went through the pain on behalf of us.
Ironically, interestingly enough, I didn't get sick of the song actually.
Neither did I actually. Like when I was recording the video, like I rather enjoyed listening to it.
Actually, what's really funny was the first time you tried to record, you thought you were recording the vocals for a different song.
Yeah.
It just slipped your mind.
Way too long. Yeah. it's just been way too long. I think like I'd left it. We'd shelved it for almost a year, and then I was just
yeah.
oh,
And then you were like trying to do
is this? I got this right song.
and then you rapped like the verse for Inside My Head instead, which was kind of funny. Oh gosh.
All that work memorizing the song.
I know. I mean, but I guess like I remember you mentioning how like it was kind of, at least it was easy because at least it was an earlier song, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't take as long.
Yeah.
It did not take as long. I was like, why can't I remember this song, the lyrics to the song? Didn't we write this just a year ago? But no,
it's like, this is a different song, completely different song.
Completely different.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that with our third collaboration, hopefully we can, we won't have that issue.
We'll release it as soon as we record it.
Yeah, we'll try. But yeah, like I think, yeah, like it's kind of still crazy to me, like how this song's like kind of been written for like pretty much this, all the like 2020, and still coming to the end of 2021, it still feels very relevant,
And who knows, like how relevant it will be. Because I remember at the start of 2021. Start of 2021, I thought we were wrapping things up.
Yeah. Yeah, we all thought that. We all thought that. And then
we all thought wrong. Yeah.
Good old Delta decided to show up. Well, there was like what freaking Alpha and I don't know, all these other Beta and I don't know, whatever Gamma shiz variants just showing up. I don't know. But it is what it is. This is the world we're living in and whatnot. And I guess like kind of like the hope anyway of this song anyway for you guys that have listened to it, I guess is like I mean at least for me, and I think maybe the same can be said for Julius as well. Like I think the hope is anyway with this song, hopefully when you guys listen to this song, it'll really challenge you guys. I think that was kind of something that we really wanted to do with this song, was to really challenge people and to really make people think about living deeply and to to see, to kind of like I guess ask themselves like what is worth living for, what is when all your money is stripped away and your job is taken and and everything else, right. The only things left are your friends and family, right? Those are the only things that you really have left in this, and I think that's something I guess to think about that, and God as well.
Just seeing what's really worth it.
But yeah, I don't know, I think I'm not sure if there's anything else to add about this song. I don't know, you have any other thoughts? Like I would say, any other thoughts?
Not much, except the other thing I would say, I think one of the other big things about this song was, at least in the verses, was to really narrating what's happening, like and reflecting upon that was the whole goal of the song, and hopefully whoever's listening and just seeing that reflection, or my personal reflection of what's going on, that can allow them to also reflect on their own situation, or on their own experience going through COVID as well. And because I think through reflecting, I'm hoping that people can find the opportunities that are available during this time, rather than get sucked into all these other things that that have been mentioned in the song.
Definitely.
Which I think is just using up mind space for things that could be much more valuable. Like you could reflect upon, how do you want your family to be at this time, and what changes can I make, that now that I've got all this time with my family, for example. Or even career change, like, do I really want to be doing this job? Or if I am being fulfilled in this job, how can it be better, or
Definitely.
am I spending too much time in my job and not taking care of my relationships? These are more important things I think would be good. Each person has their thing,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I think there's like
that's what I'd
a
say.
I remember hearing like this quote. Was it? I can't remember. Where it's like, now is not the time to think about what you don't have, but think about what you can do with what you've got, kind of thing. And I think that
That's a good point. Yeah.
definitely, I think 2020 and 2021 has definitely been a year that, and moving on to 2022, we've got a few, like a few weeks till 2022, and it's I think like coming to the end of this year is definitely, yeah, like another opportunity for reflection, and think about, yeah, like rather than thinking about the situation you're in, think about how you can help other people, and also see if like, or how you can make things better, or how you're, or kind of do a cleanup of your own life, I guess, and see what really matters, I guess. And it's like, I remember hearing um it's like, don't waste a crisis, don't waste a crisis, because this is these times are also times for us to really grow and to really see how can we make ourselves better.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be such a kind of a time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a once in a century kind of thing.
Yep. I feel like I feel like we've heard that at least, I don't know how many times last year.
Yeah.
once in a century experience.
And the longer it goes, the more I feel like it's very unique. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That's all I got to say for this song. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just, yeah, kind of just been a crazy 2 years now at this point now. But yeah, really still grateful that you and I at least are still healthy. Well, at least I think I am healthy, and I think you're healthy as well.
At least I feel healthy.
Yeah. But just grateful for that, and but yeah, thanks for I guess I think we'll kind of wrap things up. Thank you guys for kind of watching us, or listening to us if you're at work. Listening to us kind of talk about the song Living For. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, you can comment or whatever, or I don't know what people do these days. I don't know. Do a TikTok duet. Actually, you know what? If any of you guys do a TikTok duet of the song, let us know. I'm curious. Or if any of you guys do like a remix or a cover of it, I don't know. That'd be cool. I don't know.
Please do.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll wrap things up. So yeah, hope you guys are,
it's good.
Hope you guys for you guys that are watching, hope you guys stay safe and enjoy this time. Merry Christmas as well. On a lighter note, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Or
yes.
What's the other all the other religious holidays? I don't know. Hanukkah, was it?
We do got Hanukkah. That's pretty much what I know.
That's the only one I know. I'm sorry. I'm not as cultured. That's the other one. But
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. What a great way to end this. What a great way to end this video. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like the video, do like it, smash the like button, as as some YouTubers will say. Subscribe. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, maybe I'll do more of these. I don't know. I haven't fully thought about whether this was kind of just a random idea I had. But yeah, once again, guys, like the video, subscribe, all the good stuff. And yeah, stay safe.
Peace
and
out, guys.
Yeah, stay safe. We'll catch you guys in the next video. So peace.
Peace out, guys.
I would do this camera. All right, take care, guys.
See you later.
is alright, and all that's left is you and me.